Welcome back to the Insights Now YouTube channel. In this video, we will be discussing a highly significant topic on Introvert and Extrovert by Carl Gustav Jung. The terms introversion and extraversion were initially coined by psychiatrist Carl Gustav Jung in Switzerland during the 1920s. According to Jung, an extravert seeks intensive contact with the outside world, while an introvert turns their psychic energy inwards. Jung believed that no individual is entirely an extravert or entirely an introvert, as both traits are present to some extent in everyone. However, most individuals tend to lean towards one side or the other. If both characteristics are equally present, we can refer to someone as having an ambivert personality. In the 1960s, psychologist Hans Eysenck expanded on Jung's ideas, arguing that the primary difference between introverts and extroverts lies in the way they gain and recharge their mental energy. By nature, introverted individuals have a higher level of brain activity and therefore feel a greater need to shield themselves from external stimuli. They gain mental energy by withdrawing themselves. In contrast, the neuronal activity of extroverts is lower, and they overcome this lack by exposing themselves to external stimulation, which charges their inner batteries. To illustrate the difference between introverts and extroverts, let us consider two imaginary children, David and Lamb. David is extravert and enjoys being surrounded by classmates, being the center of attention, and talking to his buddies about various topics. He organizes games with strangers and is open to playing games with someone else right after school. By seeking social stimuli, he gains mental energy. Lamb, on the other hand, is introverted and often enjoys sitting alone and watching others play in the school campus. At home, she helps her parents in cooking and painting. Slowly she becomes an expert in this field. To recharge her batteries, Lamb needs peace and quiet place. It is important to note that introverts are not necessarily shy, even if they appear to walk away from small talk. Lamb, for example, is not shy at all and is not afraid to talk to anyone. However, when too many people are around, and the conversations become superficial or confusing, she gets tired and fades out to recharge through silence. In contrast, David loves having many people around him and jumping from one conversation to the next, which stimulates him. Some experts claim that extroverts and introverts use different brain areas to form their thoughts. Extroverts tend to use short-term memory and are therefore able to come up with fast associations. David, therefore, talks fast and a lot and appears smart because his brain always offers a quick answer. However, he often speaks before he thinks and later changes his mind. In contrast, someone like Lamb works with her brain to carefully retrieve information from her long-term memory. Her thoughts are more complex and hence need more time to develop. She, therefore, thinks first and then speaks. Good teachers are aware of the different nature of introverts and extroverts and try to develop their strengths. For instance, when raising questions, they ask everyone to think for a minute in silence before answering. Extroverts then learn to formalize their thoughts before they speak, and introverts get more talking time to practice public speaking. At brainstorming, they use a formal process or a talking stick to ensure that Lamb also gets to participate. Group projects can be formalized to support both temperaments. In one project, extroverts and introverts work together, and David learns from Lamb how to think ideas over to develop more complex thoughts. Lamb, in return, benefits from David's fast association skills and learns to think and speak more flexibly. Psychologist Jerome Kagan's research on temperament in toddlers showed that many character traits we are born with make it into adulthood. He confronted 500 babies with different stimuli like loud sounds and bad smells. Around 20% of the babies cried or got nervous, 40% stayed relaxed, and the other 40% were somewhere in between. A second test years later showed that babies who didn't react strongly turned out to be more extravert. In conclusion, introversion and extraversion are important concepts that help us understand how individuals gain and recharge their mental energy. While no individual is entirely an extravert or entirely an introvert, most individuals tend to lean towards one side or the other. Good teachers and business leaders are aware of the different nature of introverts and extroverts.